for one of the rivalries that defines this sport. Ohio State versus Michigan. The scarlet and gray versus the maize and blue. To many fans on both sides, this is a one-game season. Ohio State, of course, defending national champions, but Michigan has bragging rights. They've beaten their rivals the last 4 times. Welcome to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 16th ranked team, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Hermstreet. Kirk, let's get right to the action. The Buckeyes will kick this deep to start us off. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. So Michigan's offense will be the first up today. Well, Michigan versus Ohio State. Don't have to say too much more, but a lot was said after last year's Wolverine victory in Columbus. A lot of jawing. Buckeyes eventually use that as fuel to go on and win the national championship.
Usually when Ohio State and Michigan get together, not only the emotions, but the line of scrimmage decides the outcome of the game. And last year was no different. Michigan, to their credit, Mason Graham and company, dominating Ohio State's run game, pressuring the quarterback, and that's what eventually led them to a victory. They didn't have a whole lot going for their own offense, but their defense was dominant. And the Buckeyes, in my opinion, I think they used that loss as a springboard to their next 4 games in a national championship. Cannot wait to see the emotions on this field and what the results are of this year's game. Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
So 2 incompletions brings up a 3rd and 10 on the opening drive here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the first sack of the game.
The Wolverines will bring their punt team on the field now. Fair catch made at the 40. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. And Kirk, this is going to be fun. One of the best edge matchups we're going to see all season long. Elite wide receiver, elite corner, both competitive guys ready to go at each other.
And you know this corner, we had a chance to visit with him this week. He wants to be on an island against one of the best receivers in the country. And he's going to get that chance today to have a chance to showcase that he, in fact, is the top corner in college football.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Catch made on the right side.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. A quick throw out left, complete. He's in the clear. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal yardage to the 9.
I mean, how about this offense and this execution? That's 3 plays, 3 completions in the blink of an eye, and now it's first and goal.
The Buckeyes will line up here on first down and goal. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Shows off the moves there, but ultimately not much of a gain.
You know, the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. You love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it, because that puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Pressure is coming. The offense able to fall on it and avoid the turnover. Got lucky that time.
The offensive staff just took a collective sigh of relief. But I'd still anticipate that someone's going to pull that ball carrier aside and give him a couple choice words on the importance of ball security.
Offense facing a 3rd and goal from a long way away. Scanning the field. It's Sayan. He's running out of time here. Sacked on back-to-back plays.
How about this defense? That is called bending but not breaking. Back-to-back sacks. What a great job of not giving in and giving up on this drive. Now they've got him to 4th down and goal.
So they're short on 4th down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. He knocks it through with confidence. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. He'll return it from inside the 5. Coverage team flying down there. Good job. They limit the return. Not much there. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. Looking for some space. It's Haynes. Well, they try the middle, but stuffed for no gain. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Has the first down and more. That's a nice gain. We'll move the football up to the 27.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Horde. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. First down and more. He's still running. Sophomore brought down after a nice run.
Well, good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases, to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the first down.
And the Wolverines pick up enough yards to move the sticks. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Tackle made after just a short gain.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Tailback takes the handoff again. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. and gain enough to set up first down now at the 39.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking to scramble. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Hey, if you're not going to account for a quarterback, he's going to be smart enough to take off when the opportunity is there.
Now this is the 8th play on this drive. Handoff here from the shotgun. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
The Wolverines line up on 1st and 10 now. On the ground, it's Haynes.
Chris, I know it's not a huge game. You didn't pick up the first down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
Important 2nd down play coming up. The offense with some pre-snap motion. It's a shotgun run call. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Over the middle. It's Moore. They make the stop, but that gains enough to set him up first down at the 14.
That's a great play by this offense to keep the drive alive, and a good find by the quarterback on 3rd down.
The Wolverines are in the red zone. The quarterback keeps it on the option.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. I'll give them credit. They didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Crucial 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Motion now from the tight end. Tailback with another carry. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
The decision is not to go for it on 4th down. Here comes the field goal team. And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. And the game is now tied.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. Well, for many, this is the quintessential college football rivalry. It combines tradition, high intensity, and very often high stakes.
Yeah, Chris, I really think the rivalry has changed over the years. Guys in my era would tell you it was a game that was the most heated but the most respected because of the way you were recruited by both schools. There was the Woody, there was the Bo influence on the rivalry. But I think in the new social media era, I think it's more about hatred for the two schools. From both sides, it's just a different feel. We'll feel that today when these teams go at it.
Scanning the field, it's saying he's hit as he throws it. And it falls incomplete. The defensive pressure hurried to throw that time.
What in the world is going on with the pass protection today? That was almost the third sack and still the first quarter. Maybe slide protection or call some screens, maybe play action. Anything to try to help this quarterback out.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. As the first down is still going. They finally make the stop right near midfield. It'll be first down.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Looking to throw here. Pulls it in. It's Tate. And they bring him down, but not before he reaches the 38. First down from there.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Slides to avoid the big hit. That has been in large part to the Lions on the ground game, which has been featured from both sides in this one so far. And as we move to the second quarter, we hope these teams will build on a promising start. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. And the quarterback keeps it here. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
We think about option plays, especially quarterback when he keeps the ball. A lot of times, it's a big explosive play, but sometimes it's just about getting what you can and keep the drive moving.
Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Looking for some space. It's Peoples. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Well, I thought he might shake free there. He's able to break one tackle, but give credit to the secondary. Good job of coming up and run support.
The Buckeyes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
Well, if there's a silver lining for the defense, at least this quarterback didn't get out and gash him for a first down. But now they've got options coming up here. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they go back to him again.
An important third down conversion coming here in the red zone. QB keeper all the way. They stop him behind the line. That's going to set up 4th down and short. Buckeyes will come to the line on 4th down, hoping to keep this drive going. Here we go on 4th down. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a 4th down stop. Keeping it on the ground here. No way to run up the middle.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Now it's 2nd down here. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Makes the catch. It's Haynes. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down.
Boy, it's one of the things I love about this running back. It's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
Crucial 3rd down play coming up. Can they pick up the first on the ground? They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, third down, why not hand it to your running back? He's one of the more gifted athletes on your team. You give him a chance, he's going to give you the yards that he needs, and that is a first down.
First down here for this offense. Using his legs. It's Haynes. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Offense looking to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Grab down the middle. It's McCulley. Stopped right near midfield. It'll be a first down.
Hey, I don't blame the defense here at all, Chris, for bringing the blitz. It's 3rd down and short. You got to get pressure on the quarterback, but you got to tip your cap to this quarterback. I think he was anticipating the blitz, so he's able to get the ball out of his hands quickly and pick up the first down.
And looking to throw now on first down. It's a short completion to the tight end. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Second down after that previous play. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And the Wolverines are going to keep this drive rolling.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. And he'll set up to throw. Good completion with the tight end. That's a solid gain. Moves the football inside the 30. And a first down.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show me he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows me he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
And it's a nice job by this defense. They saw option. They actually forced the quarterback to pull the ball on the read, and then they corral him for a loss. You could tell they worked hard on that in practice.
The first real speed bump of this impressive drive. Offense comes up now 2nd and 11. The shotgun running play call. And that run produces a decent gain.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Marathon drive, the 11th play, and they face a 3rd and short. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He breaks free. They make the stop, but that moves the football to the 16. It'll be first down.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first and keep this drive moving.
Heading left after the handoff. And they'll force him out of bounds after a short run. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. And they convert here on third down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Third down play here out of the shotgun. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there.
Well, they've had a great rhythm throughout this drive, over 70 yards on the drive, but now an incompletion, and it brings up a big fourth down to see if they can keep this going.
So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. And it's good right down the middle.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And the returner will be brought down. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. From the shotgun, handoff inside.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Back to throw. It's Sayan. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Moves the ball to the 25. Good enough for a first down. That's the tight end flexed out into the slot, looking for a matchup there, Kirk.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for his safety, and he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up nice big gains like this.
The handoff from the shotgun. It's a short game, but look at that defense swarm to the football.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Getting set. Here's second down. Off the play fake. Look at the passing. Pulls it in. It's Peoples. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Wow, they get positive yards here. I have a sense that they wanted a little bit more of that pitch and catch.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Out of the gun now on third down. Looking for a man deep on the right side. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
What a play by this defender to step in and swat that deep ball away.
Buckeyes will send their punt team onto the field. Returner decides to fair catch this. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. Takes the handoff. It's Marshall. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We'll see if the offense here can build on this lead before the break. Second down play coming up for this offense. Here's the snap, looking to throw. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. He cannot escape. It's a sack. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
And they'll kick it away here. And here's the fair catch by the return man. Quarterback keeps the football. Breaks into the clear. Tackle made, but a big play all the way to the 48.
And that's what he likes to do. He knows he's a weapon out there, not just with his arm, but when he can pull it down on an option like this and pick up a big chunk of yards, it can leave any defense with their head spinning.
It's a solid run, gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Nice grab. It's Tate. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Boy, we're just getting started here, and already you can feel a rhythm between the quarterback and the receiver. Nice job again getting back in the pocket, making a nice, accurate throw to one of his top targets.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Smith. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Boy, a nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in front of his receiver, gives him a chance to make the catch, and picks up a little bonus. Nice yards after the catch.
The Buckeyes have 1st and 10 here. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Receiver makes the catch. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for this 6 points.
Lining up to try the extra point. Connects on the PAT, so it's 10-6. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here's the first play of the drive now from that 20-yard line. They're going to run the option. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Wants to throw it. Running back grabs it on a screen. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. And now the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. And a quick timeout called by the offense after the play.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. It's a huge gain down to the 16 in one play. They've suddenly become a threat to score.
Boy, huge play by this offense. A good throw, a nice accurate throw, but I think it's the run after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back to him until this defense shows that they can slow him down.
And the pass is incomplete. Here's the 2nd down play. After the incompletion on 1st down, we're going to throw it again. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. They stop him at the 4, but it sets up this offense with a 1st and goal.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when the Wolverines and Buckeyes get together, and a fun first half to boot. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Ohio State plays out.
The Wolverines will kick this away to begin the second half. Return starts from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. First play of the third quarter is a handoff. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice gain. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Back to pass. It's Sayan. Makes a quick catch. He's stopped, but he gets out across the 25-yard line.
Well, they knew all week that they would have an opportunity to face a lot of man coverage and a lot of blitzing today. And one way that they felt they could counter that, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, and especially on the quick slants for big gains.
1st and 10 now for the offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Here he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes. He broke away, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
Now the important point after attempt. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. That's reeled in. It's McCulley. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Lets it fly to the wideout. He makes the grab. To get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
Boy, Chris, you watch a completion like that, and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Greasy had in 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Kerback and all the great receivers. So this is within their history, and it's good that they're leaning on it.
And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front seven of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. That's caught. It's Moore. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
3rd down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the 3rd quarter. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. They tackle him at the 43, but that's enough for a 1st down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
They're going to run it here. And it'll be Smother right at the line for no gain.
Man, every defensive coordinator will tell you, I just want my guys to play fast. And how about that one right there? He almost ends up tackling the quarterback as he's handing the ball off. This offense is lucky they didn't end up fumbling.
2nd down play coming up. Offense looking to throw the ball. It's a wide receiver screen. He's in the clear. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice game there.
Well, defending this guy, you need more than one defender. You really got to stress rallying to the football because this guy can make people miss.
The Wolverines begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Takes off in a bootleg. That's caught. It's Marshall. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Made the catch, but he was surrounded for not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that 1st down marker. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. So looks like they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. And they will trust the kicker here from 55 yards out. Let's see if he can get it there. Oh, he missed it. Off target that time. Missed opportunity to make this a 1-score game. Still losing by 11.
It's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown at the very least, 3 points, but instead, he shanks it.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Screen to the receiver in the flat. Defense drops him for a loss. A tougher 2nd down on the way.
Well, sometimes these wide receiver screens, the quarterback simply needs to play the numbers game to the outside, and he can avoid these negative plays in the future. Pretty much that simple.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. Tackled way behind the line. He'll lose 6 there.
Chris, great job here by this defense. They're trying to bounce this to the outside, take advantage of his speed in the backfield, but no chance at all. The defensive speed, ability to diagnose the play, blows it up.
So it's 3rd and long from the 29. The defense play coverage or blitz. Dropping back. It's Sayin. Bringing pressure. Grab behind the line. It's Peoples. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now.
Sometimes you find that open receiver who's short of the sticks, and you hope the run after the catch will be able to give you the 1st down. The defense does a good job of keeping him short of the sticks. Let's see what they do here.
The Buckeyes will have to kick this away. And he comes for his second punt of the game. See if he can make something happen with the return. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive. They start at the 28. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Important second down play coming up. They'll run it here. The running back has the ball. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Defense is coming after him. That'll pick up a first down. They'll spot it at the 38.
Defense does a good job of taking away the short routes and anything that might be close to the first down marker. The problem is they didn't account for the quarterback's legs. He pulls it down and picks up a first down.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Handoff to the back. And he's brought down out at the 46.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the same runner's got it again. Crosses the 10-yard line. Tackle made after a big gain.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. But when teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
Gonna run it. It's Marshall. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Offense now behind the 6 on second down. They need 12 after that first down loss. They'll run it from the gun. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. After missing a field goal on their last drive, they got to produce something here on third down to even get into field goal range. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Coach is going to take the 3 points. Here comes the field goal unit. This will be an attempt from 52 yards. Let's see if he's got the distance. Knocks that one right down the middle.
Boy, this guy has such a strong leg. No problem. Up into the net from 50 plus.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. Fielded in the end zone. It's Tate. And he stopped with the 18. Returner trying to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Now it's second down here. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Makes a quick grab. And that gained enough for a fresh set of downs. Spotted at the 48. That'll put him over 150 yards today, Kirk. He is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And he dumps it off to the tight end. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. And check out how he's been spreading the football around between his targets, getting everybody involved in this game. One quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Looking for a man. Caught over the middle. It's Tate. And the gain just good enough for a first down.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Buckeyes pick up enough yardage to get a first down. Receiver in motion now. Trying to find some room. It's Peoples. Breaks into the clear.
Chris, overall, it's been a tough day for this offense, but especially for this running back. Just not able to find any kind of traction at all. And it's made this offense somewhat one-dimensional, and a large reason they're trailing in the fourth quarter.
The offense has done well to choose some clock here. Now they'll come up on second down. QB decides to keep it here. Breaks into the clear. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Well, there's just so many things happening on these read option plays, and they happen fast. This defense has done a good job of trying to prevent this quarterback from hitting the big play. He gets some yards here, but at least he didn't get out for a big gain.
Critical third down play for this offense right here. To the air, it's Sayin. Grab near the sticks. It's Tate. He make the stop, but it'll be first down from the 13. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. The Buckeyes starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Handoff here from the shotgun. They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up. Ball handed to the running back. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. The quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Here we go, third down, close to the goal line. They can still get a first down without scoring. On third down, he drops to throw. Pass caught, can he get in? He steps out of bounds, but more than enough yardage to set up first and goal.
How about this guy making this throw? I mean, they have harassed him all game long, and here we are in the fourth quarter. He takes another hit, and this time gets enough on it to be able to complete it. Great play by the quarterback.
So it's first and goal. The offense will try to milk the clock and add points if they can. And they've got him in the backfield, nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play.
I love that this defense is still fighting and still attacking. They're defending a first-and-goal play, and instead of just laying down and letting the offense score, no, they're not backing down. They get penetration, come up with a tackle for a loss.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. The pocket breaking down. Pressured and dropped back at the 8-yard line.
If you're going to throw the ball this close to your own goal line, you got to go to the quick game to get the ball out fast to give your quarterback a chance. Otherwise, consider running the football. Something different from sitting back and holding the ball and giving the defense a chance to come up with a big sack.
Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. And a throw for it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Ohio State. They capped the drive with 6 points. And momentum really building now. Kirk, this one could get out of hand here in a hurry.
And that's the last thing you want to do in a rivalry game. Not just lose the game, but get embarrassed. Man, you got to fight for 60 minutes.
And now they'll set up for the point after. PAT is good. They slammed into the kicker, and penalty markers are down. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. The offense with 3 tight ends now on 1st down, trying to create a mismatch. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Missed his receiver. It's incomplete. At the 25, it's 2nd and 10. Can they make it a 3rd and manageable here? It's an option look. Moves the ball up to the 30.
Well, if you're going to run this option play, you've got to be the one that's dictating the tempo. I feel like the defense right now is doing that. They did a nice job of getting to the quarterback. He didn't get many yards at all here.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable 3rd down play for the offense. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going to try to use his legs here. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Well, Chris, that's a great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt. That's exactly what he did on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and then pick up the 1st down.
Play action here on 1st down. Oh, and he dives to make a beautiful catch there.
Well, it's another positive play, but, man, look at the clock and look at the score. You still need a couple touchdowns to be able to get yourself back into this game and have a chance to win it. So you got to keep moving here and keep taking those shots downfield.
2nd down after that previous play. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. Gonna run it. It's Marshall. It tests the middle but gets stuffed. That one goes nowhere.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
It's 3rd down for the offense. They'll give it to the back. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Hey, it's a nice pickup. You got the 1st down on the ground. That's a great job. But remember, it's a 2-possession game. You got to pick it up a bit. This defense will welcome those kind of plays all game long because the clock will keep moving. So you got to put that ball in the end zone and try to get the ball back.
And the Wolverines pick up enough yardage to move the sticks. Grab down the middle. It's Klein. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
Well, we just continue to see this defense make great plays, especially with their tackling. And the awareness to understand we're in the fourth quarter, you're trying to keep this offense in bounds so they keep that clock moving.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
The Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. First down, looking to throw the ball. On the move now. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Boy, the defense trying to get after this quarterback. I love the concept. I love the idea. Here, they don't give up the big play. They prevent him from getting out and picking up huge yards.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The offense has had really good rhythm in this drive, running the ball, throwing the football. It seems like every play has been positive yards until that stop right there by the defense.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. Can he make it to the marker? Make the stop, but good enough for a first down at the 29.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
So here comes 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
The Wolverines are in the red zone. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Swarmed by the pass rush, a sack. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. That sack sets up a second down and very long. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. He'll throw it now. Caught over the middle. It's Klein. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All he had to do was get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Bringing it out, it's Graham. And he steps out of bounds at the 9. The offense will be backed up to start this possession. So the drive begins here, backed up at their own 9. Grinding away on the ground. They test the middle there, but get nothing. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop. The offense pinned back. Quarterback still with the football. And the defense smothers him for no gain. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Grab down the middle. It's Smith. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Well, I love the call here by the offensive coordinator. Has the lead in the 4th quarter. It's 3rd down. Instead of running, you throw it. Take a chance of a potential incompletion, but instead you trust your quarterback. Completion, first down, fresh set of downs, and you continue to work that clock.
Winding down, this offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Looking deep down the left side. Caught inside the red zone and still running. Touchdown, Buckeyes. No chance to catch him there.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a 2-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
Extra point try coming now. An extra point makes the lead 15 here in the final quarter. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Oh, and it's incomplete. It was right in his hands, and he dropped it.
Chris, I don't know, man. I think he gets across the middle. He starts thinking about those linebackers and safeties. Got a little bit nervous, lost his concentration, and drops the ball.
Getting set. Here's second down. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Past the 30. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
First and 10 play coming up. From the gun, he looks for an open man. The pass rush closing in. Just throws it away, but takes a big hit in the process.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting ear-holed. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. The sure hands. It's McCulley. They bring him down after a short gain there.
You know, it's a nice completion, but it's kind of another short gain. The defense is keeping everything in front. I think the offensive coordinator's got to find a way to take some vertical shots to get some chunk plays.
Offense facing a 3rd and short from the 41. Can they make the first down and avoid a tricky 4th down decision? Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, this is so deflating for this defense on 3rd and short. Good coverage downfield. They take away all the short routes, but the one guy that they don't account for is the quarterback and his legs. Picks up the first down by being athletic there and great awareness.
And the Wolverines lining up here on 1st and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Caught over the middle. It's Simpson. He's brought down, but the gain moves the ball to the 39. The freshman quarterback showing what a cannon he's got.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure. It's allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
The offense will set up on 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back. On the run here, taking a deep shot. Catch made for a big game, but the fans are wondering where was that earlier in this football game.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
The Wolverines will line up now. It's 1st and goal. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. He escapes the pocket. Touchdown, Michigan. This offense really clicking.
Chris, they're not quite out of this game just yet. With under 2 minutes to go, they're down by 9. I'd kick the extra point here, make it a one-possession game, and then try to recover that onside kick, and you got a real shot.
Now the all-important extra point. PHC is good. They still trail, though. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. Now they safely make the recovery. The onside kick doesn't work. So the job is simple here. Just take a knee, run out the clock, and begin the celebration. Well, when you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to get tested. They were tested here today by another ranked team. I was impressed how they responded.
Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think the thing that really stood out to me is the way they played for 4 quarters, just dominating football. And this is a team that's had to deal with being kind of the hunted, the team that knows that every single week teams want to bring them down. They took on a very talented team today and just dominated.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.